Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. I thought it would be fun to actually track my makeup spending again this year. Last year I barely bought any makeup, so all in all I think I spent under $100 last year, but I don't know, I didn't really track it. But this year I do want to track my makeup spending again, so I've gone ahead and written down everything that I've bought so far this year, and we're just gonna see how much money I've spent on makeup so far. I've already spent more in the last 2 months than I did all last year, which is kind of crazy, but it's just kind of how the cycle usually goes for me. But let's go ahead and jump in and just see what all I've bought. So this is going to be a bit of a makeup haul and also what I have spent my money on. Okay, so first up, on February 12th, I bought something that I completely used up, which is this brow pencil. I actually use this every day. If you've been around on my channel, you know that I've used up multiple of these. This is my third or fourth one at least. And the first time I used it up, I said I was never gonna buy it again because it took me so long to use it. But then I tried another one and it was gone like that. So I felt like this one is such a good value because it is only about $6. So all in all, after tax and everything, I paid $6.54 for the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. My receipt said that I got the shade like toffee or something, but the shade I actually got was Cool Brown. So I don't know if they have two names, but the shade I've always had is called Cool Brown. It is in my eyebrows today. I wear it almost every single day on like the back part of my brows. $6, I just don't think you can beat it. And it does last a really long time. I've been using that for a few years now, and I think this is my third one, but I guess it could be my fourth. I'm not 100% sure. So that was the total for that purchase, which was at Ulta, was $6.54. And then the same day, I actually placed an order online from Kokie on February 12th. I actually think 2 of the products I bought from Kokie are in my purse, so I'm gonna go find those. Yep, they were in actually 2 different purses. So what pulled me in to make this Kokie order is that I actually used up 2 of my lip liners, and they're my favorite lip liners. So these are the 2 that I completely used up, and there's just so much product in these, but they are completely gone. They don't twist up anymore. The 2 shades that I used up were called Dusty Rose and Nude. So I did repurchase those 2 shades, and I'll overlay the video where I unpacked all of this stuff from Kokie so you guys can see swatches. I'm not gonna swatch them here, but these are the 2 that I repurchased. And then I also picked up 2 new shades. I got Natural and Pink Mauve. Kelly Gooch always talks about the shade Natural, and which is this more like a little bit deeper one, but I thought the one Pink Mauve looked really pretty. However, it smells chemically. And I don't know if it's because it has like the shimmer in it, whereas the other ones don't. I hope it's not already expired, but none of the other ones smell like that. So I might reach out to the company and find out, like, does it have a different scent to it? Like, can they send me a different one? Because I'm pretty sure this one may or may not be bad. It smells like paint. I don't know. Doesn't smell good. So I might reach out to the company and see what they say about this one. But nonetheless, these were all $4.90 each. I did use a coupon code that they had for President's Day, but the first time I ordered from the site, I used Kelly Gooch's code, which if I'm not mistaken is Kelly25. I think she has it listed in all of her videos, but that's a really good discount, or at least it's Kelly20 or something like that. But these were $4.90 each for the 4 of them. I also picked up a primer again though. It doesn't smell good. This was $10.50. I picked this up because it just looked super hydrating. And again, you will have seen the short form video kind of popped up on this video. But if you want to see it again, you can check out my short that I posted of this. But I don't know, this actually, now that I'm looking at it too, it actually expires in August 25th of this year, which seems like very quick, because this says it has a 12-month shelf life, but there is an expiration, and I just got it. So that only gives me 6 months to use it, which I don't really appreciate. And it kind of makes me wonder, is this actually already expired? I know that there is an expiration date, but it just smells, this one doesn't smell as strong as the lip liner, but I will say I do like the texture of this, and I like how it makes the skin look when you apply it. But I would not repurchase it. I don't really like the scent of it. And then the last thing that I got was $5.60, and this was a blush. I didn't think I would ever order another one of these blushes because I actually do have one. And a while back, like over a year ago, I tried 3 of these blushes, and this is the only one I kept, which is in the shade Delight. They're the soft gradient blushes, but they're so pigmented, which could be a good thing. But I just have really fair skin, and I don't like a ton of like super pigmented products because a very pigmented blush can look a little clown-like on me very quickly. So I don't tend to like those, but I thought that this one was really pretty. It's in the shade Sweetheart. And I thought, you know what, I'm ordering from the site. I have some favorites, like their foundation, favorite foundation ever. I'm actually using it right now. And you can see the line right here of how much I've used up, which might not seem like a lot, but it takes so long to use up a foundation for me. And that's one of my favorites. It's the Skin Perfect HD foundation. But since I have some favorites, I wanted to try a couple of new things. So this blush is super pretty, and I've actually been really enjoying it. I have been using it quite a bit lately, even though I just got it. So I've been using it a good bit for having just added it to my collection. So the total for all of those items from Kokie was $35.70, which honestly I feel like is such a good price for a primer, a blush, and 4 lip liners. They have really great prices and really good sales too. All of my purchases were in a few days of each other. So there had been a couple of things that I had been wanting to try, and the lip liners is one I was kind of putting off until I used up the other ones. But you guys probably already saw my review on Typology on my channel. I did purchase these 2 products. I got the tinted serum for $44.90, and I got the color corrector for $36.50, which brought my total for Typology to $81.40. I do have the skin tint on today with this look, which I will say this is a lot more of a bold look for what I would typically, you know, maybe pair with this type of skin tint product. Watching that video back was very confusing for me because at times I felt like it looked so patchy on the skin, but for me it's kind of hard to tell, is it actually patchy on the skin, or is it a combination of being patchy and also that my skin is, it has layers to it, like it has blotches of red on my cheeks and stuff. And so I just wonder, like, does the product just look different because it's kind of see-through? You know what I mean? And so like it lays different over the red parts on my skin versus like the not red parts. So I don't really know. I'm still feeling very conflicted, but at this moment, if I had to pick my favorite like foundation or complexion type product, I would lean more towards this Kokie foundation that was like maybe $10 or $12. I don't remember exactly, but in that ballpark, versus the 44. I did actually see a comment on my video recently of someone talking about how they should have been more like careful about the undertones, and I really agree with that, because that is like the one thing I'm struggling with on this one, is sometimes if I don't blend it in really well, it will look like it just doesn't match, and I think it is more the undertone. I will say though, I have been using a brush to blend this out, and that has made a really big difference in a good way. This is the brush that I've been using. It's from Sonia Kashuk, just from Target. It's called the large buffing brush, but you can see here that the shade of this does not match my skin. Like in any way, shape, or form, it doesn't match my skin. But something really weird about this is I'm used to foundations kind of oxidizing where they get darker as they dry, but this one actually I feel like matches your skin better as it sits and as you blend it in. I do think it looks really pretty on the skin. I do also think it's gimmicky, which is kind of what I was getting at, kind of going back and forth on that review. And I'm sorry, I know that review was all over the place. I almost didn't even post it, but I felt like that was more helpful than me re-filming it and being a little bit more polished with it. So I'll definitely give you guys more thoughts as I go along and use this more. But what I'll say about this is looking at it under like a microscopic look of like being super picky and wondering if it looks patchy and everything. I do think that there are some faults with this and I don't always love it. But when I complete my look and I have this on, I really like it. I'm not really one to just throw on a skin tint and mascara and call it good. If I'm gonna sit down to do my makeup, I want to do my makeup. I'm typically gonna add a blush or something of the sort. Even if it's like a lightweight look and like a no makeup look, I'm gonna add something so I find that it still looks nice. But if that's what you wanted, and especially if you're a skin tone like mine that's kind of almost too light to wear the lightest shade, I don't know if you'll like it. I feel like they definitely do need more shades, even though it does, you know, it blends in pretty well. I just put this on my hand and it's just hard to show you guys. But when the shadow hits it right, like naturally this part of my hand's a little bit lighter, but can you see that line right here of like where the product stops? Of course, you can try to blend that in some, but hopefully you can see the undertone that I'm trying to show. It's just really hard to show. And then like comparing my two hands, it still looks radiant, but I feel like you can see where it stops. And it is because of the undertone. So I really appreciated that comment that someone left on that video, because I do think the undertone has a lot to do with it. So I don't want this video to just be about the skin tint, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. But I wanted to give you guys a couple more thoughts about it, because I've been using it quite a bit since I got it a few weeks ago and since I filmed that first impressions review. I am really liking the green color corrector, but at $36.50, I don't think it's worth that. I kind of just wanted to try the brand as a whole after seeing so many influencers talk about it, and these were the two products that really interested me the most. And so, you know, I'm glad to have them in my collection, but I don't know that if I had my money back, if I would choose to spend my $81.40 on this. I might try a different skin tint, maybe that I could try in person, but I haven't had that great of luck finding skin tints either, so I don't know. I feel like that's still a confusing answer, but if you're on the fence about it, maybe try and find an alternative and see if you can find something just as good for maybe a lesser price, or something that you could try in person. I don't know. I hope that it has all the natural ingredients that it talks about for sure, but I definitely think that the brush is the way to go with that product. And like I said, I do have it on today, but I have a lot of products on over it as well. So, okay. Moving on from that purchase, I think we've talked enough about it. On February 15th, a couple days later, I did go to Sephora, and again, I picked up a replacement product, which is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. My favorite mascara, hands down. And I just want to mention that I really think if you're going to try this mascara, I think you should, if you're looking for a new one. It's great, but get the mini size. As much as I love a good full-size mascara, this, for me, when I get the full size, it dries out before I can actually use it up, or before that time limit would come where I don't want to use it anymore. I prefer to swap my mascara every 3 to 6 months, kind of depending on how I'm feeling about it. But I do like to swap out my mascara, and so if I could not drop it. I find that the mini size, it doesn't run out before I can use it up. The old mini size that I had is definitely empty. I can tell a weight difference between the two. And I was starting to have less and less product come out on the wand of this one. But I've been using it for like 2.5 or 3 months, which is kind of my comfort level and my preference with that. And I feel like you have a lot of wasted product with the full size, even using it like almost every day. So that is my hot tip for the small mascara for the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. Unfortunately, the mini is pretty expensive. It is $16, but again, it lasts me for 3 months and I love how it looks. So I don't know, that's been my favorite. And then I did pick up two other products. Now, I could probably argue that this next one is skincare, but I intend to use it mostly as a primer, so I'm going to go ahead and count it as a makeup purchase. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops, and I got the mini version. So this was $20, and I just kind of in the moment wanted to try it. I've been really having dry skin, and I wanted like the most glowy type primer products I could find, which is why I picked up the two of these. One that has no shimmer. This one doesn't have shimmer, but it has like a nice like sheen to it. So I picked that one up, and I have been really enjoying it. I was a little worried when I got home with the product that it was going to give me a headache with the scent in it. If I already had a bad headache, I would not use this product just to be sure. But I've been using it and I haven't gotten any headaches from it, so that's been great. The last thing I got from Sephora was also from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush. I did film a short form video on this where they call it a flush, not a blush. I was very influenced to go get this because I saw someone on Instagram try it out and I loved how it looked on them. This was $25, which it does come with a lot of product, and so I feel like the price wasn't actually that bad for a high-end blush personally, but I did have a $25 gift card, so I'm just gonna say that like I used the $25 gift card towards this. I did. So for the 3 items after the $25 gift card, I spent $38.22. If that bothers you and you want the $25 to count towards spending, go for it. But the way that it works for me and my girl math brain is that if I get a gift card or if I have like birthday money specifically to go buy something, then I don't usually count that. And by birthday money, I would mean like an Ulta gift card typically. So it doesn't usually just like, it's not usually just like money, it's usually a gift card. So if it's like a Visa gift card or an Ulta gift card or Sephora or whatever, and I use that to buy makeup, then I personally don't count that because it's not money coming out of my wallet. I'm not going and buying the Ulta gift card to then use for makeup. It's usually like a gift or something. So yeah, I don't count it, okay? If it bothers you, then add $25 to the total, but it doesn't bother me, and it's not money that came out of my pocket, thankfully. So I just like to throw that out there because if you guys are doing the math, you're like, wait, you're off. Okay, so I've had 4 makeup purchases. Those are all of the products that I have hauled this year so far. So the total is $161.86. That seems super high, but I will say between the Typology products that I've been wanting to try for a long time and a couple replacement products, I'm honestly really okay with that. I've splurged on a couple things, but I also got really good deals on other things. I've used up several products completely, which is why I repurchased them. So I'm feeling really good about that. Yeah, I've been actually excited a little bit more about makeup recently, which has been super nice. I think with the change of seasons, it's been good, but those are all the products that I have tried so far this year, and that is how much money I've spent on makeup so far this year. So let's hopefully keep it in check over the next few months. I don't want to go crazy. I'm actually really proud of myself for only spending like $100 tops last year on makeup, and I really want to see my numbers of makeup spending go down because I have so much makeup and I can't use it all. Like even this foundation that I've had for so long, you know, I've only used up a little bit more than half of it, and it's like one of my favorites. So how have I not used it up already? I don't know. It's just because I have so many products. So I just want to be more mindful about like what I'm bringing into my collection, not just in makeup, but like in general. I've been just kind of trying to think a little bit more about what's coming in, and that's been very nice. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know down below, are you guys on a low buy, a no buy? Are you just buying whatever you feel like buying? What are you guys doing with your makeup spending? I would love to know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.